Did you see there was a big story going around about how they did some sort of analysis on the pyramids in Giza, and they're trying. Some people are trying to say there's a bunch of additional structures under there that they don't know what they are, but they're saying there seems to be like pillars going down, and that there's like a big cube, like a 19 by 19 meter cube that the pillars are attached to, like some sort of seismograph or like whatever topographical measurement.
We saw the beginning of Jurassic Park.
I skimmed a little bit about it and watched a video, and it seems it's one of those things that just like dinosaurs having scales, I'm like seeing it, and it's so cool. I'm like, please don't be a fakery. Please be real. Please let there be something sick under the pyramids. I don't want to see 2 weeks from now someone come out and be like, those studies were flawed. They used a technology of seismogiggery that didn't actually comport with industry standard or whatever. I want it to be real so bad.
You saw like a month ago, they found like a new tomb with new sarcophagi in it, and they opened them on live television to reveal like a brand new badass looking mummy with all the like accoutrement, like all the riches and stuff.
That's sick.
That was neat.
That is sick.
I don't know. It is a little. I heard someone say that the mummy was a racist, character. The idea of a mummy being like a monster alongside Dracula and Frankenstein is racist. And I started thinking about it, and it's like, yeah, that's just how they bury people there. And our misunderstanding of it makes it into like a ghoulish monster.
Well, it's how they buried kings.
It's how they Well, not just kings. I think lots of people were mummified and buried in that manner. One of the interesting things about they would and this still true today, human nature is disgusting. They would wait to all the female mummies that have been found are in much worse condition than the male mummies they found. Do you know why?
Yes, because some fucking band of raiders in the year 1000 BC broke in and messed with them.
The mummies that have not been touched. Like they crack open a new sarcophagi. You got a male mummy, female mummy. The female mummy is always in worse condition.
I'm just guessing out of nowhere that the people who prepared the bodies treated the female bodies with a little more hands off, maybe because they're girls, like boobs.
Higher fat content?
It's the opposite of what Woody said. During that time, the fear was that your female relative would be molested at the old mummification plant.
Times never change.
If you send her in too fresh. So you want to wait 2 or 3 days, let her ripen up. That way they're not going to want to finger bang your grandma down at the mummification plant. So when you find a female mummy, she had ripened up for 2 or 3 days. They just rush them right in there. Get grandpa in there, suck his brains out. Put that weird goo on it. Wrap it up.
Put it in the clay pot with the fucking Anubis on it.
Yes, yeah. I love history. That's true today. In that mortuaries, crematoriums, anywhere where bodies are stored, housed, or facilitated in some manner or another, do not like hiring men for that position.
So how does Nicolas Cage fit into this?
Yeah, how does he fit in?
Well, not well at all. I don't think.
I didn't have much to contribute.
Looks like this mummy's been raped. What?
That's Seaman.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that once in a movie. Like instead of the cocaine thing where they touch the cocaine and they taste it, Coke.
That's powdered cum. It's like like a voiceover of his thought process. He's like, I couldn't let the boys know I'd just eaten powdered cum, so I had to send this guy away. It's cocaine, I said.
Oh no, that's definitely semen.
Nope, don't you taste it? I've already confirmed. I'm actually throwing it away. You can't confirm it. Set in stone. Yeah, but I'm hoping that those big pillars that they're claiming to have found, couple of universities or whatever, that those end up being something cool. Because it always.
What are you hoping they are?
I don't know. I think it would be fun.
I feel like you're getting at something, but you're just like, tell us what you really think. What do you want those to be?
I don't know what I want them to be, but I want it. I'm hoping that somehow it shows us that the pyramids were more than just a tomb. Like these giant things. Like if they had some other purpose, or they did something else, or there was a greater significance to them. Like that would be a sick thing to know.
I want there to be evidence there that the Egyptians didn't build that pyramid, that it dates back to a structure long before them, to some like grandfather race of people that existed before the Younger Dryas like impact 10 or 15,000 years ago. Some sort of like an aluminum bar would be all you needed. Like some sort of technology that could not, some anachronistic tech. Like
something like a pyramid. That's something like a giant pyramid that they said they whittled with copper chisels. Yeah. Which would be cool. I just want to know because it's always seemed weird that like all of that was for a tomb. That's wild. Like there has to be something else.
You know, they have like a Pizza Hut that overlooks the pyramids, right?
Yeah,
I did. I think that's really tactless. They should have like moved it away a little. I saw like Carl Pilkington on the Idiot Abroad show. If you've ever watched that, he's like eating KFC and he's like looking over at the pyramids and he's like, a lot more litter here than I would have expected. And it's like huge amounts of plastic bags.
It's
filthy. It's disgusting. And it's like, you have the coolest thing on earth here. Take care of it.
Zach, find us the tackiest, most embarrassing photos of the Giza Plateau in general. Like I want to see three-legged dogs laying in piles of old Pepsi bottles, and I want to see poor children wearing Falcons Super Bowl jerseys. But with like KFC, McDonald's, and the pyramids in the background. Like some real embarrassing shit. We usually give the Indians a hard time here because of their filthy ways.
They're another people that love litter.
They do.
India
not racially, just the country. I don't know who's running that country. It's probably not Indians.
Probably some Indian guy.
Probably.
Yeah, there's a picture I found from Alamy stock photo that shows a tremendous
That is a
amount
lot of litter.
Yeah. Send a couple prisoners out there. Get that together. That's your calling card. You're Egypt. That's your fucking thing.
They should clean that every day. Like,
how is that possible?
Just a bunch of douchebags throwing shit out of their car windows.
I grew up 2 blocks from the beach, and the freaking at 5 p.m. when the tourists leave, our beaches would look like this. And every morning they were spotless. They had tractors that could pick up the trash.
Exactly.
Dragged every morning.
Yeah, there's a piece of machinery that's made for this, and I get that that's a big area. I don't care how big it is. Get to work. Get to work. You'll be done in a year or 2. You know how long it took to build them fucking pyramids, asshole? Get to work.
I mean, I swear Ocean City's equipment could clean that place every night. We clean a lot bigger places than that.
You know, I still hear people who think that the Jews were enslaved and built the pyramids. They believe that like Bible story or that Prince of Egypt Disney cartoon shit. They think that was built by some guys getting like whipped who didn't know what they were doing.
Dude, if you need a group of people to perform physical labor, who better?
You know, you're
Jews?
right. You're right. The wheels of history turn forced forward.
Do you think it was
just
do you think it only took 1,000 years because of how litigious it was?
It was zoning permits. You can't put a pyramid here.
Not in my backyard.
Now, according to subsection 3, you're not allowed to use the cat of 9 tails 7 max. And here in this picture, this cuneiform tablet, if you'll flip to tablet 7, big heavy things. Yeah,
cat of 7 tails only, huh?
They had
that wasn't a slave army that built that over thousands of years or hundreds of years.
It wasn't slaves.
No, that was craftsmen that were well paid, and they've got records of how those guys were fed, how they were housed, like what their like daily allotment of beer and bread and like various like things were. Like they have all those records. Like, those guys were paid and fed, and those are craftsmen and workers that built that thing.
Mm-hmm. Maybe some cobblers in there too, Kyle.
Well, I mean, you're going to need some footwear. You're in the desert. It's hot out there. You're going to need a cobbler or 2. But I promise you this, won't be a single genius amongst those cobblers, no matter how good his flip-flops are.
But the guy who was designing like the capstone or really any of the stones, probably a lot of geniuses in there.
Whoever arranged those things geometrically according to the stars in that perfect line and squared them all up to within a quarter of an inch or whatever it is, he was doing some math. That guy was a genius. He didn't have a calculator either.
The pyramids are so fascinating.
The AI says Kyle's right. So he's probably wrong.
That's good. I'll take that. I'm about as smart as Google's AI.
I feel like some subjects AI is really good on, and other subjects it's just terrible.